welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to show how to deploy an Agentforce agent into Slack. Let's jump in. The good news here is that this could not be any easier, but it does require a little bit of coordination from both a Salesforce admin and a Slack admin. So let's jump in and start with the Salesforce admin side. The first thing we're going to do, and the first prerequisite to check, is simply that you have Data Cloud enabled. So if you don't have Data Cloud, you will need this. Go to Data Cloud Setup Home and just click Get Started, and the automated steps run. This may take a handful of minutes, up to an hour or two. So sit tight while this runs, and then you'll move on to the next step. While that loads, you can get started on the next step, which is to install a managed package with a connected app that will facilitate the API connection between Slack and Salesforce to allow you to push your agents into Slack. I'm just going to install for all users and check the box. And again, this is just installing a connected app that we'll use for the agent to facilitate its API calls. This will take a few minutes. You'll get an email when it's completed. And once you've done that, then you'll be able to actually send those agents over into Slack for use. And if this is your first time building an agent, you are going to have to set up Agentforce to begin with. And to do that, we're going to type in Einstein and go to Einstein Setup. We'll turn on Einstein and we'll refresh this. And then we'll be able to type in Agentforce agents. We'll then just toggle on the Agentforce switch, and now we can start building. I'm going to go ahead and get started by just creating a new agent. You've got all these templates available to you, right? You've got service agent, agent for setup, security agent, and then you have these various Slack templates. What these Slack templates do is basically just have a few topics assigned to them and actions assigned to them to be able to take action in Slack, like creating canvases or creating channels or sending direct messages. So these are basically templated starting points that you can go from. I'm going to start from more or less scratch with an Agentforce employee agent. The Agentforce employee agent is the default standard for the type of agent that you would roll out in an internal employee-facing use case. It comes automatically with just this general FAQ topic, and I'm good with that. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And we'll just leave the name as is to make it very abundantly clear which one this is. And I'm just going to say what my company name is. And I'm going to click Next. And Data Cloud is still running, so we can always come back to this, but we're just going to go ahead and click Create. And after this loads, I'm going to add a few topics now as well. I want to add General Slack. General Slack is going to have all of the out-of-the-box Slack-related actions, such as creating a channel, creating a Salesforce channel, searching a channel. And as the team at Slack builds more actions, they will automatically be included within this General Slack topic. So I'm going to add that. We already have General FAQ. I'm going to add General CRM, and I'm also going to add Single Record Summary. And basically what this agent will do now is act as this generalist that has all of the information that I could want out of Salesforce. I can ask questions about my accounts, my opportunities, and I can ask it to take action on me within Slack. So this is the templated agent that I'm going to get started with. It says I'm about to use Agentforce. Got it. Okay, I'm not going to update this any further in terms of what this agent does, because what I really want to show you is how simple it is to get this into Slack. But then step 2 would also be, how do we make sure the right users can access this, whether they're in Salesforce or Slack. And to simply get this agent in Slack, you're going to go to the Connections tab and click on this Add button over on the Connections part of the menu down here. Select API, and on the connected app, you're going to type in Slack. I've got no idea why 4 things show up here. Just go ahead and grab that first Slack one. The integration name, you're never going to see this again. You just got to enter in something unique here, right? You can't pick the same one every single time. I'm just going to go AEA for Agentforce Employee Agent and go ahead and click Save. Now, as a reminder, the reason why Slack was an option there is because of that step we fulfilled earlier where we installed that connected package or that managed package with the connected app. Okay, so now we've effectively said this agent can be used in Slack. And as a heads up, Agentforce employee agents always operate with the permissions of whoever is using it. So if I use it over in Agentforce, the preview here, and I say, tell me about my open opportunities, it knows who I am. It knows what records I have access to. And that's always going to be the case with an employee agent. So when you're in Slack and you're interacting with it, it knows who you are. It knows what records you have access to. And so not every single user is going to get access. Oh, let me activate it while I'm here. That would be silly. Let's go ahead and ignore and activate. Agents are still being provisioned. Great. Okay, this is what I get for doing this while Data Cloud is still spinning. But what you're going to see is that not every single user automatically gets access to an agent. If I click into this agent, there's going to be a tab here for agent access. And essentially what you're doing here is saying, I want to add this agent to an existing permission sets access or to an existing profiles access. Okay, so this is, there's 2 ways of accomplishing this, right? One is I'm looking at the agent and I want to add it to specific profiles and permission sets. I'll also show you, and I'm just going to go to, I'm just going to do system administrator to make it easy on myself. Okay, the system admin is going to get access to this agent. No one else can actually use this, whether they're in Salesforce or Slack. But if I click into this profile view, I do also want to show you that there's a new little card here for enabled agent access. Okay, and so if you want to, at a profile by profile level, say that there's 15 agents you want to enable all at once, you don't have to go into each agent individually, right? You can do it at the profile level here and push them all over into enabled agents. Okay, so once we're able to activate this agent, we're going to see how in Slack we actually go ahead and approve this agent for use. Okay, now one last permission to check before we go in and activate this agent is let's go into Einstein bots and turn on Einstein bots. So we're going to accept these terms. We're going to go ahead and try Einstein. And so back in the builder, now when we activate, let's go ahead and ignore, we're able to successfully activate. Okay, so we have an active agent with a connection to Slack. Now is where the Slack admin takes over. So let's jump over into Slack and we're going to go to the admin tools here. There's Manage Salesforce Organizations and then there's Manage Agentforce. You can get to the menu if you click one wrong or the wrong one, right? Because ultimately what this is, if I go over to the Salesforce tab right here, I've got Salesforce Organizations and the Agentforce tab right here. Okay, so if I go on Needs Review, you're going to see there's actually this out-of-the-box channel expert agent. We'll cover that in another video, but now we see the Agentforce employee agent that I've pushed over. I'm going to just allow access to this agent over in Slack. So this is the second gate, if you will, for making sure that your users can access this, where we are then looking to the permission set of who at the permission or profile level has access to this agent. If I refresh the screen, we should see an Agentforce tab show up. There we go. With all of the agents that someone has access to. And again, just like in Salesforce, it knows who I am while I'm logged in here, and it knows what records, fields, what I have access to, what my role is. So it's never going to answer something about data in Salesforce that I don't have access to. What I can also do is add agents into channels. So if you go into any sort of channel, click an agent, click the agent tab here and just click that plus button. Now I can ask an agent about what's happening in this channel or to provide input from Salesforce data into this channel. Immensely powerful for these internal employee facing use cases. Hope you're able to get something out of this. Thanks.